delighted, that the Mayweather Pacquiao fight has been made. I think it's a fight that needed making for boxing. We've been waiting for it for a number of years now. Personally, I'd like to have seen it a few years ago when they were both a little bit more red hot, shall we say. But the two of the best fighters, probably the two best fighters in boxing on the planet today. So I mean, we're going to go down as two of the greatest of all time. Manny, a 7-weight world champion, Floyd, 5-weight world champion, or whatever it is. It's up there with Hagler, Leonard, and Leonard Hearns, and it's up with the greatest fights of all time. So thankfully, finally, it has been made. So it's a good time for boxing. I think I slightly lean towards Floyd, only by the now list of margins. It was a few years ago. Floyd looked untouchable, and Manny looked when he fought Timothy Bradley, excuse me, and then Marquez. He looked, like Manny had seen better days, and Floyd was looking better than ever. But lately Floyd has been looking not quite the force, still a wonderful force. Beating Maidana, that's no mean feat, but not quite at the standard we've expected of him. And to be honest, Manny has looked better and better since his bad knockout defeat. When you get knocked out, when you do get knocked out, the first one back is always the toughest, really. And I think Marquez has looked better and better since the Marquez knockout, and he'll look at that fight of Floyd's against Maidana and think, I've got half a chance now. Yeah, they've booked me flight. It's one of them fights that having fought them both, if I hadn't fought them both, I'd have been there anyway, because I've always been a boxing fan. But the fact that I've fought them both, it makes me probably more of an interested spectator than most, really. But I think if anyone's going to beat Floyd, it'd be someone who's got fast hands, fast feet. He's fought all the big punches. He's too good defensively. He picks them off and shoulder rolls, and that's what he likes, fighters coming towards him. But I think if Manny uses the type of tactics he did against Oscar De La Hoya, uses his speed and movement and boxing, footwork in and out, I think that's the style that could beat Floyd. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But thank Lord it's on. Yeah, of course I do. Amir's like me. He's a warrior. He's always in good fights. He wants to fight the best. And Floyd and Manny are the best, so it's a shame that he never got the chance. But I don't think Amir could really blame that these two have wanted to face each other. It's always been a big question which one was the best pound for pound in the world. Well, we're gonna find out now, aren't we? So it's one of them fights that needed to happen. I don't think Amir will have too much. I don't think he can blame either of them. But he will feel a little bit gutted that he's lost his chance out. But you never know. If Floyd wins the fight, then he's got 1 or 2 fights to try and beat Rocky Marciano's record. So he might still get his chance. I don't think Floyd will retire after this, because I think after this he goes to 49-0. I think one more, and then he beats Rocky Marciano's record, doesn't he? So he might get his chance yet still. So just keep optimistic. But yeah, it's one of them fights that's going to go down in history.